Hey Sparkle Squad, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jasmine and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing an educational video for you guys, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do power pulls in this video. So I really hope that it's going to be helpful for you guys. So let's get started with how to do power pulls. Okay, so the first thing that we have to get used to doing is what we're going to do is we're just going to stand on 2 feet like this, and then we're going to bend our knees, and we're just pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to move our feet like to side. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go like this, because that's almost like what we're going to do in the power pulls, but obviously you do power pulls on 1 foot. And then what we're going to do is you want to do them moving. So when you do that moving, what you're going to do is you just want to do, I'm going to do it on this side, and what we're going to do is you just want to do small lobes. You don't want to make them like super big like this, because that's not how you're going to do power pulls eventually. So what you're going to do is you just want to do like small little, almost like you're doing like slaloms, and this is what they're going to look like. And you want to get used to doing that, because that is going to help a lot when you're learning on how to do your power pulls on 1 foot. Okay, so the next thing that you guys need to work on is bending your knees. And I know that a lot of people, especially when they're working on power pulls, they don't really want to bend their knees. And I know that also a lot of coaches teach it as a way that it's mainly like in your ankle movement, but power pulls are really in your knees, and they take a lot of power, which is why they're called power pulls. So I recommend just standing here next to the board. You can do this on both feet and then practice it on 1 foot on both legs. So what you're going to do is you're just going to bend your knees like this, and you want to get used to that movement, and then do it on 1 foot and like that, and then you're going to do it on the other foot as well. You want to do that a couple times so you can get used to bending your knees, especially on the 1 foot, because those are really important for power pulls. Okay, so the next thing that is very important for power pulls is you want to have a very strong 1 foot glide. So when you're gliding down the ice, you want to usually do it on a straight line that you can guide yourself on, and you want to have it nice and strong. You want to be able to stand like this for a very long time, because you don't want to be doing your power pulls, or even before you begin your power pulls, you don't want to be leaning to one side on your on your 1 foot glide, and you don't want to be like going like this with your foot automatically. You want it to be nice and strong, and you want to hold it for a very long time, and that'll definitely help you a lot with your balance when you're working on your power pulls. Also, another important thing is you want to do all these exercises that I'm showing you guys on both legs, because you don't want to have power pulls that are really good on just one leg and then power pulls that you can barely do on the other leg. So you want to make sure that you work on these exercises evenly, and you want to do them in both legs so that you'll be able to do power pulls on both legs. Okay, so another thing that is very important for power pulls is the leg position that you do. And I know that a lot of people teach it like this, with your foot in front or with your foot behind you, but in my opinion those are really advanced, and those you should only try once you get more used to power pulls. So for beginners, and like the very first and best way to teach power pulls is for your leg to be right here, right next to you, almost like you're doing a 1 foot glide, because it's exactly like that. And you don't want your foot to be too low like this, but you also don't want your foot to be too high like that. So you want it to be like right in the middle, in like that perfect spot. And you want to also work on doing 1 foot glides in this position, but that's mainly how you are already supposed to do 1 foot glides. But we're going to do this position in our power pulls when we're doing them. now we are pretty much just going to put it all together and we are going to try and do our power pulls. So what we're going to do is when we're doing our power pulls, we want to make sure that our arms are nice and strong to the side with almost everything that we're doing in skating, because those are really what's going to help you have your balance. And we're going to like twist them kind of like when we're doing our power pulls, and then they can like help us move us forward. And also the other thing that when you're doing your power pulls, so what we're going to do is automatically, if you're just gliding forward in your 1 foot glide position, if you bend your knee, you should already move to one side. And if I do that on the other foot, then if I bend my knee, I will most likely move to this side. So if I glide here, then if I don't do anything, I will most likely automatically start moving to that side. So after we start moving, then what we're going to do is, this is really where like the power and like the pull come in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our 1 foot glide like this, and we're going to bend our knee. We should already start moving, and then we're going to do a pull, and we're going to move our foot in. And you want to, when you're doing power pulls, you want to hear like that rip in the ice, and you want to be able to go. You want to go out, and then you want to hear that sound in the ice, and that's how you really know that you're doing it right. If you can't hear that rip, it's okay, and you'll probably get it when you get more used to doing it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go like this, and we're going to do little ones. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're not going to go super far out, because that's not really how you do power pulls. So when you're doing your first power pulls, we're just going to go here, we're going to do our 1 foot glide, and then we're just going to do little small power pulls like this. And then you're going to work on those on both feet until you get used to doing that. Okay, so once we get more used to doing our power pulls and we're doing them nice and small, what we want to try is we're going to try and make our lobes a little bit bigger. And when we make our lobes bigger, we obviously need more power to bring it back in. And when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you can hear that rip in the ice, and it should sound really nice. Honestly, it should sound like music to your ears. But what we're going to do is we're going to do our power pulls, and we're going to go, and we want to hear that like crunch in the ice while we're doing our power pulls. And obviously, yes, when we do that, we don't want to be stiff, because you're not going to do power pulls like this and you're not going to be able to hear the rip that you want. So you really want to bend your knees, and you really want to work on doing that, because that is what's going to help you get that crunch in the ice when you're doing your power pulls. So after you get used to doing the smaller power pulls, then I would recommend working on those until you get more comfortable with that. Okay guys, so that is how you do forward power pulls, and I really hope this video was able to help you guys, and I helped you guys get your forward power pulls. If you guys want me to do a video on how to do backward power pulls, comment that down below and I will work on that video for you guys. And also, if you guys want me to do a tutorial on any other type of video that you guys have in mind, or any other like skating skill, comment that down below and I will also work on getting those done for you guys. But I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye!